Thank you. As we gather this evening, I acknowledge on behalf of council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. We will now do the mayor's address.
Yeah, this isn't it.
I was gonna say, you're.
Am I on me?
I believe so.
Oh, because we were searching, I went back to the agenda. I'm sorry, this one.
That's okay.
Just go to the bottom and hit number page 1.
Yes,
There you go.
no, I'm sorry, this is this. There, there.
Thank you. I don't do the resolution first. I do it after this one, right? Yeah. Since our last township meeting, I've attended 2 county council meetings in addition to 2 special county council meetings. On November 1st, I, along with representatives from 10 other municipalities, met in Pembroke to give our support to MPP Billy Deneau in officially opening his constituency office. On October 25th, the Recreation Committee hosted a Halloween event at the Golden Lake Community Hall. Everyone who attended had a great time, and I would like to thank the Recreation Committee volunteers who made the event such a success. It does seem like winter is here. I would like to thank our Public Works Department for clearing our roads on the first significant weather event. I would like to thank the Eagle Legion for the Remembrance Day Parade and along with their ceremony on November 11th. The service truly honored our fallen soldiers and made me reflect on the cost of war. A reminder that the Eagleville Christmas Parade is on December 14th at 1 p.m. This concludes my address. I have a motion to accept the address as presented, moved by Councillor Buckwald.
We're going to be busy time.
And seconded by Councillor Robinson. Any questions or comments? Yes, Councillor Robinson.
Just one comment with respect to the this Christmas parade. There's a alternative date
Okay.
of December the 19th in the event that there's freezing rain or anything like that.
Good to know. December the 19th
At 7:30 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Robinson. All in favor? There. Is there declaration of a pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none, we'll move on to the adoption of the minutes. Item number 5, adoption of minutes, that the October 20th, 2025 regular council meeting minutes be accepted as presented. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Buckwald. Are there any errors or omissions? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. I have a motion, 7.1, 2026 COLA, that council approves a 2.5 cost of living adjustment COLA to the township's wage grid, effective January 1st, 2026. Moved by Councillor Buckwald, seconded by Councillor Robinson. Any comments? No comments? I have a comment. Okay, so most pensions now are, their cost of living is 2%. And I know it's a $5,000 difference, but it's still a $5,000 difference. And to me, $5,000 times 10 is 50,000. $5,000 times 20 is over 100,000. Anyway, any thoughts about that? Councilor Wackel?
I'm actually okay with the 2.5.
Okay.
Looking at the difference between it, it's not a huge difference between the two. And we do have some good staff, and I don't want to see them fall behind. We wind up having to do amendments down the road to the pay grids because they've fallen behind.
Okay.
And I think it's better to do a little bit at a time and keep up with where things are. That's my perspective.
Okay. Councilor Robinson?
Yeah, I would echo the same sentiments. The issue is that if we start cutting back, a couple of years ago, we had to go through a huge adjustment, and that's the risk that it will take if we do that.
Okay, no additional comments? All in favor? There. Agenda item 7.2, creation of a finance clerk position. The council approves the creation of the finance clerk position. Moved by Councilor Buckwell. Seconded by Councilor Robinson. Thank you. Any discussion? On the topic, Councilor Buckwell?
I do have a question for the city engineer. I'm just trying to see where it was. There was discussion that this wouldn't be a new position. Or it wouldn't be an additional position. It would just be a reclassification of a current position. Is that not correct?
Exactly, we're not looking, and that's to make that very clear, we're not looking to hire a body. We're looking to redistribute workload to make more balanced. And in an effort to further massage workloads throughout the office so that everybody's plate is sitting nicely. Within the workings. But if
Councilor Robinson?
So does that mean that there's going to be other job descriptions coming forward with this reallocation?
potentially, yeah, I didn't want to get into too much of that specifics right now. But we have a deputy treasurer who has a very full plate. And we have the admin assistant, that's what the intention is, it's basically stated in the report, who does a lot of the financial work. But could pick up some more, namely some of the time consuming rural things. Like I see the deputy treasurer now printing off reams of invoices, like all these things take time, the account payable, like the printing of the checks. That if that was off their plate, and this person is willing and able ready to do it, then that person can then look at more of higher level finance. Yes.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. Item 7.3, 2020 bulk waste. The council accepts the bulk waste disposal update report as information. Moved by Councilor Robinson, seconded by Councilor Buckwell. Any comments or concerns? I just have one comment. I know it's a lot of work by the office, but to me, it's something that we're giving our ratepayers. And I'm hoping if we're consistent and always have it in the fall, and we can talk about it in the spring, more people will use it. And maybe organize themselves to be able to use that. Yes, Councilor Buckwell?
Just a question, so when the just both the vouchers were done, were they a separate document or were they incorporated into something?
Well, I'll let Laura speak to this, but I think this year they were just a ticket on the tax information sheet.
Yes.
Okay, so kind of like we did a few years.
Yeah.
Okay,
But Laura really was the coordinator of most of the taxes.
so it doesn't really increase any administrative work in the office to include them?
Not one of the
Formatting.
template made, we did have to redo the whole info sheet to make it fit, so we did it front and back, but that was on Dawn, she did all that.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, thank you for joining that. Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Item 7.4. Community Resource Center Killaloo. The council accepts the Community Resource Center Killaloo Community Grant Application Report as presented and agrees to reduce the total rate for the snowdrifters rental by $270 for the Community Resource Central Killaloo Make the Connection program. Moved by Councillor Buckle. Seconded by Councillor Robinson. Any comments? Councillor Buckle.
See, to me, this is the kind of use of our facilities and programs of our facilities that I think the municipality should have a role in. And that's why I can support a reduced rate for organizations like this. Because again, this is a program for children. And that helps children, helps their families. If somebody wants to have a birthday party or an anniversary, then yes, then I think that's something that we can charge full rate for. But for a program like this that's beneficial, I think that's part of our role as a municipality to make this available at the best price that we can.
Councillor Robinson.
No, I tend to agree, and I think it's the connection that you're making in the community. I think that's the most valuable part of it.
So our strategic plan did talk about community connection. I would sure like to have something on our website that was even titled Community Connection, and maybe somebody like perhaps Cameron or somebody could take pictures of these events. So if somebody was looking on our website or even have it posted here, that at least it's like, this is what we're doing for the community. This is a good use of
Space.
That's right. But I mean, the thing is, if nobody sees it and nobody knows about it, then that would publicize me. Laura, we do have funds in our donation budget, right? Okay, you covered this. Okay. Any other questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay,
There you go.
so everybody at home, listen up. Item 7.5, Golden Lake Power. Whereas the proponent is proposing to construct and operate a long-term capacity service project located on municipal project lands as defined and with the characteristics outlined in the table below. Under the long-term 2 capacity services, window 1, request for proposals issued by independent electricity system operator. 2, capitalized terms not defined herein have the meaning ascribed to them in the LT 2 bracket C-1 RFP. The proponent has delivered no later than 60 days prior to the proposal submission deadline a pre-engagement confirmation notice to applicable local body administrator in respect of the municipal project lands that includes the details outlined in the table below, except for the unique project ID, which should be required as part of the pre-engagement confirmation notice if available. Number 4, pursuant to the LT2 bracket C-1 bracket RFP, if the long-term capacity service project is proposed to be located in whole or in part of the municipal project lands, the proposal must include municipal support confirmation, which may be in the form of a municipal resolution in support of proposal submissions. Now, therefore, be it resolved that number 5, the Township of North Algona Wilberforce supports the submission of a proposal for the long-term capacity services project located on the municipal project lands. Number 6, This resolution's sole purpose is to satisfy the mandatory requirements of section 4, bracket C, number 3 of the LT 2, bracket C-1 RFP, and may not be used for the purpose of any other form of approval in relation to the proposal or long-term capacity services project, or for any other purposes. Number 7, the proponent has undertaken or has committed to undertake Indigenous and community engagement activities in respect of the long-term capacity services project to the satisfaction of the municipality. Number 8, the municipal project lands does not include lands designated as prime agricultural areas in the township of North Algona Wilberforce's official plan. Number 9, where the municipal project lands does not include lands designated as prime agricultural areas in the township of North Algona Wilberforce. Official plans as of the date of this resolution. A, the municipal project lands are not designated as special crop areas. B, the long-term capacity service project is not a non-rooftop solar project. C, the proponent has satisfied the AIA component 1 requirement to the satisfaction of the local municipality. And if the proponent is selected as selected proponent under the LT2 bracket C-1 bracket RFP, the council of the township of North Algona Wilberforce will engage in good faith with the selected proponent to enable the selected proponent to complete the AIA components 2 and 3 requirements. Duly resolved by the local municipality on the 18th day of November 2025. That was very long.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Love it. Okay, so the only thing is, can we fix number 9? So we're not Algona.
No, yeah,
Thanks.
you see that, or
Number 9. And I just saw that as I was reading.
Really, yeah.
we had the proponent really was the one that produced this, because we didn't want to look it up.
Right.
So,
So that's good. Does anybody have any comments on this? Councilor Buckle?
The only other thing I would suggest is at the bottom where it says duly resolved by the local municipality, that should be changed to North Algona Wilberforce.
Okay. So those are all friendly amendments too, so both of you agree that that is okay to do?
Yes.
Okay, they are all in favor of that. I'm just making the changes on my copy. You can't go.
No, I can't.
Okay, no more other comments? All in favor? Okay, carry on. Okay, that's good.
And my apologies, Madam Chair, that's probably gonna happen a couple more times until crash will roll it.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. Well, I won't hold it against you. Okay. Agenda item 7.6, Bonisher Union Public Library. The council accepts the October and November Bonisher Union Library Board and CEO reports as information. Moved by Councilor Blackwell. Thank you. Seconded by Councilor Robinson. Thank you. Any comments? I just have one question, unrelated, but when do you guys start working on your budgets and your,
It's already done.
already done it?
So, I don't know if it's a secret, Paul,
did you say a call?
Paul from, for meetings.
I got an email from Susan today,
Okay,
and she kind of indicated what percent increase they were looking for, and I forget what else to say.
yeah, so, as was recommended before, was to start it a little earlier, which we did.
That's good.
And so now it's just waiting to see what the townships are willing to put us on the agenda.
And I think that's great that they started early, and that was a little bit late last year.
Yeah. It's, I think she certainly took it to heart for all the comments that were the feedback from the joint meeting and worked on it.
Any other questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Agenda item 7.7, shoreline reserve account. The council approves the use of funds from the waterfront 103 reserve account to pay for the bridge abutment engineering assessment. Moved by Councillor Robinson. Seconded by Councillor Buckwalter. Any questions? Perhaps you could.
Yeah, we have about three. I don't know why it's in three, maybe just the timing of these small bank accounts containing waterfront money. And I think for the most part, they're historic sales of shoreline road allowances, so the money's kind of sat there.
Mhm.
And actually so long, in fact, that this waterfront account, we were being charged by the bank, a very small but fee for inactivity. So as council knows, since being here, I've asked an engineer to look at the bridge abutment in Deacon, of the Deacon boat launch, to do an assessment of it. And that's been done, so to pay for that assessment, it's a waterfront structure, it's related to a well-used park. And I'm suggesting that the money be used from this, generally not to pay for that.
Any further comments? All in favor? Very. Agenda item 9.1. Non-action. The correspondence items 9.11 to 9.14 be accepted as information. Moved by Councillor Buckwalter. Seconded by Councillor Robinson. Any questions, concerns, thoughts? No, all's good. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.2.1, City of Dryden. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from the City of Dryden, and that the Council of the Township of North Algona Wilberforce support the motion from the City of Dryden requesting that the Government of Ontario, through the Ministry of Education, incorporate mandatory safety and swim to survive training into elementary school curriculum for all students. And therefore, a copy of this resolution will be forwarded to MPP Billy Deneau to be forwarded to the Honorable Minister of Education. Questions or comments, Mr. Buckwalter?
No, sorry, I was moving.
Oh, sorry, moved by Councillor Buckwalter, second by Councillor Robinson. Thank you. Any questions? Comments? Councillor Hustle?
This is similar to a resolution that's come up several times over the last 2 decades. And the province today hasn't done anything with it, so. It would be beneficial to have, it's gonna be difficult for boards such as ours in a rural setting.
Yeah.
But again, we won't know unless we try it, so.
And maybe the different, let's say is not there anymore in the Minister of Education, perhaps the new person will have a flavor for this, I don't know. Councillor Robinson?
No, I'm just thinking of the cost to do something. I think is what's going to be the determinant of it. This is it's very expensive to do. But it makes sense.
To me, the biggest cost is the cost of transportation. So just because I'm on the board of Shaw Woods, to get a bus from Deep River to Shaw Woods is nearly $1,100. So, and then Shaw Woods does subsidize, right? But still, that's a lot. So you think like, and I remember when I stopped coaching, a bus from Obiango to Bishop Smith or Fellows was $250. When I retired, it was $500. So if you look at a bus, let's say from Cobden or from Eganville, right, you're looking at least $500 times, I don't know how many times they go there.
Mhm.
And like, that's really the unfortunate part. Like I talked to somebody in Killaloe and their kids go to learn to curl, but they can walk to the curling, right? And they can walk to skating. But like something this is so important, we're a country of lakes and rivers, right? And why this isn't. And CPR is like those are things that everybody can use, no matter where you're going. If you're gonna be a nurse or if you're gonna be a backhoe operator, those are all very, very important. And I don't know, and maybe it's like anytime we see a politician, we should say, hey, like, come on. You got money, they spend money on other things, let's spend some money on this. Like, it's life saving, right?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so. All in favor? Carried. Item 9.2.2, Leader Christmas Edition. That council directs staff to purchase a half page. For the cost of $375 plus HST ad in the Eganville Leader Christmas Edition from Councillor Public Relations budget. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Buchwald. Discussion?
Just a question.
Yes?
Do they choose the layout?
I'm gonna let Laura.
Yeah, staff did that last year.
Okay.
So do you think you'll do something similar or something different?
We can, or if council has anything in particular that they would like to see.
Well, it was nice seeing our pictures there.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the new Rose logo. You know,
We've been taking the pictures this year.
yeah, we should take more pictures. We need to take some pictures. Any other comments? No, all in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Agenda item 9.2.3, Crime Stoppers. The council directs staff to donate $1,000 to the Renfrew County Crime Stoppers program from the council public relations budget. Moved by Councillor Buchwald, seconded by Councillor Robinson. Questions, comments? Councillor Buchwald?
So this request had come through and it was brought back here. We had our detachment meeting last night for the Kilgore detachment, and I'll have a report for that at our next meeting. But the Crime Stoppers program is very beneficial throughout the county for getting information on things that have happened. And it can help close a lot of cases, and it can provide an incentive for people to do the right thing. So I believe that it's a worthwhile investment in our community to support this.
Councillor Robinson?
I was just gonna ask, have we done it before? Have we supported it before?
I don't know if you or Laura would know. I don't believe we have before. I think this is the first time might be the first time they've approached us. Because I don't recall Crime Stoppers reaching out to us before.
Does the detachment ever do like a thank you on their website saying thank you to North Algona for your $1,000 donation to Crime Stoppers?
Crime Stoppers might do it. I don't know. Because again, that's Crime Stoppers is a separate
Yeah,
organization.
but I'm wondering, just maybe you could ask the detachment.
I can look into that.
Because it would be nice, lots of times people, when you donate money, they'll publish the people that donated, like, I mean, I'm sure there's probably people that donate too.
I think the more the community know of the things that we are supporting, it just sort of gave that.
And I think that's an important thing, right? Whether it's maybe a conclusion of the mayor's, turning into the new year, or it's like there's something published through the office. I think it's important that sometimes we tutor our own, or we show where the money is going.
Mhm.
And I do agree with Councillor Buchwald that it is a very beneficial, contribution, and hopefully it makes people do the right thing. Councillor Buchwald?
So the Renfrew County Crime Stoppers site, which is valleytips.ca, does list some commercial sponsors.
Mhm.
So I suspect that if we ask them to include us in that, it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.2.4, the Township of Edwardsboro and Cardinal. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from the Township of Edwardsboro Cardinal, and that the Council of the Township of North Algona Wilberforce supports Resolution 2025-253 from the Township of Edwardsboro and Cardinal regarding the OCIF funding And therefore, a copy of the supporting resolution be forwarded to MPP Billy Deneau to be forwarded to the Honorable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, the Honorable King Sermon, Minister of Infrastructure, and the Honorable Rob Flack, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, and the Honorable Francois Philippe Champagne, Minister of Finance. Any questions or comments? Oh, sorry, moved by Councillor Robinson. Seconded by Councillor Buckland. Comments? Yes, Councillor Buckland.
This is one that definitely needs to go through because again, we don't have a commitment from the province for what the level of funding will be or the continuation of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, the more lobbying that we can do for this one, hopefully it's stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is some people at county council think that these things never have any traction. It's the meeting with the minister, it's the meeting as a group or going as a delegation that's important, you know. But I think it's something we can still do and maybe somebody picks it up, maybe a staffer picks it up, maybe somebody says, there's a lot of this stuff going on, maybe we should look into that. Councillor Robinson?
But I think that by doing this, like we may not be the one doing the delegation to the minister, but it gives them traction that, you know, we did, this was done and this is just a follow-on. It just,
Exactly. But again, the more documentation like this, so that when a person does get that FaceTime with the minister or with the premier, like, you know, this isn't just us talking.
That's right.
This is the, you know,
These are
320 of the 444 municipalities that are supporting this with us.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
All in favor? Carried. Okay. Agenda item 9.2.5, County of Brantford. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from the County of Brantford, and that the Council of the Township of North Algona Wilberforce support the motion from the County of Brantford regarding non-residential residential recycling and the producer responsibility framework, requesting that the non-residential user are integrated into the CMO system, and therefore a copy of this resolution be forwarded to MPP Billy Deneau and the County of Brantford Warden's Office. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by, let me see, anybody else? Oh yeah, Councillor Buckwald. Good. Comments? I'm just feeling like this whole recycling and stuff is gonna take a while for it all to be streamlined. And this is just gonna be,
And then we just got an email today, it'll be on a future council meeting, you're supposed to start in 2026, and I'm asking for, I understand, a 2-year extension. Sorry, so there's a long road.
so, yeah,
I guess,
It's not simple as they thought.
no.
no, it's not as simple, and I don't know if the outcome, the intended outcome is actually gonna happen, but, well. That's the way it goes. All in favor? Eric? Agenda item number 9.2.6, Brudenell, Lindop, Raglan. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from the Township of Brudenell, Lindop, and Raglan, and that the Council of the Township of North Algona Wilberforce support the motion from BLR supporting the town of Bradford West, Gilberry, regarding advocacy for increased income support thresholds for Canadian veterans. And therefore, a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Township of Brudenell, Lindop, and Raglan, and MPP Billy Deneau to be forwarded to the Honorable Jill McKnight, Minister of Veterans Affairs, the Honorable Andrew Scheer, Acting Leader of the Official Opposition, and MPP Algonquin Renfrew Pembroke Cheryl Gallant. Moved by Councilor Buckwald, seconded by Councilor Robinson. Comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.2.7, Rosenberg Forest Products. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from Rosenberg Forest Products, Pembroke MDF, and that the Council of the Township of North Algona Wilberforce authorizes the acting mayor to sign a letter in support of the proposed congregation project. Moved by Councillor,
Generation.
cogeneration. Bad eyes, cogeneration, moved by Councillor Buckwell, thank you. Seconded by Councillor Wilkinson. Any questions or comments? So they did a presentation at county council last week, and just to let you know, like their project is slightly different than what Oakham's is. Where Oakham's wants to use the power and sell some power back. The power lines at Rosenberg Forest Products don't have the capacity to be able to sell the hydro back. They need so much hydro just in the facility. Their proposed facility, the cogeneration will be enough really to power what is needed there. So that will reduce, they feel their footprint, their environmental footprint. But I mean, the bad thing is, even if they want to sell, they don't have enough, the hydro lines are at capacity. So, yeah,
So this is just basically internal use.
just internal use, yeah. And they're taking slightly a different paths, but anyway, they're looking for our support. Any other questions? No, all in favor? Carried. Agenda item 9.2.8, Bon Tray Snowmobile Club. Whereas the Township of North Algona Wilberforce received correspondence from Bon Tray Snowmobile Club requesting corporate sponsorship, and that the council directs staff to continue to sponsor signage at $115 from the council public relations budget. Moved by Councillor Buckwell, seconded by Councillor Robinson. Questions or comments? Councillor Robinson?
Can someone elaborate on the organization?
Councillor Buckwell?
I'm trying to think which group on trades. I'm not sure if they're a merging of the former Golden Lake and Eganville from years ago. Because I know they're not Laurentian Valley, so I'm believing that would be the core for being the 30 kilometer.
I do think it's the Golden Lake on the way up. When we had our ATV run, there was the board there, and it was the bond trail.
Okay.
So they may like hook up like with the trail. They probably go as far as the Snowdrifters trail.
I would think that's where they would go, and then they would go through like up in the Pacatina area up on Golden Lake, and really come across the lake at the sands, and then up through the last way across through the Allison Fraser. I'm not sure how far up their club goes, if it includes Kilroot or not. I haven't snowmobiled in a lot of years, but
But I think it's still up there.
but there are a lot of people that go through there. Like even where I work, there's people that will trailer up here and then do the tours up here.
So sometimes I think they hope we have more soon.
Yeah,
Yes,
That doesn't
makes
make sense.
sense.
I get emails every winter from people at work
No.
asking me, what the trailers are up there? How's the snow? How's the lake?
So this is the first time we get,
No, I think we did it last year also.
okay,
This might be third.
okay, all right.
Any other comments?
No.
All in favor? Carried. Okay. Item 13.1, Recreation Committee. That now council accepts the report as presented. Motion by Mr. Buckwell. Seconded by Councillor Robinson. Okay, I guess just of note that we didn't have a lot of people at the Halloween event, so there was some discussion whether we'll try it again. After we had our meeting, then we're like, well, maybe we should have had a Snowdrifters, so maybe that's a possibility. Some people on the committee really think that really what we should do is just partner. We should partner with other organizations or other people as opposed to trying to do something on our own. And to a certain extent, that's what we've done a lot of this year. You know, the ATV run was partner with someone else. They never got back to us at the Rankin Community Center, but they had a big event on that weekend, and I think that's why they didn't get back to us. But maybe there's some other organization we could partner with. And then the Laurentian, that trail, that is a skating trail, they had a big Halloween thing, and that was a big draw for a lot of people. So maybe it's just something that, we try, it's not working, and we'll go to something else. Or concentrate our efforts on other things. Councillor Robinson?
What a lot of other people had, like, I mean, the library having an activity, like there's a lot of competing activities and maybe having as you said, a partnership. You can get more
People
traction that way.
Because the funny thing was, there were kids playing on the playground structure, and we're like, come on. And they were like, where are you from? They were from Shonda. So they come up to get gas, and the kids play on the play structure for a little while, but anyway, they came in. So, I mean, sometimes they can lead on horse to water, and you can't make them drink and stuff like that. The recreation, we talked about when we have our recreation, the free skate that we sponsored in March. Maybe, some people from the rec committee would go and serve hot chocolate. Councillor Buckwell?
No, I'm just going to comment on the events type thing. Even if we coordinated with our neighbors to set up a schedule for them and then jointly co-advertise. So, yes, you're ours tonight, but you don't want to go to another one. No, I was having one next Saturday night or whatever evening, or maybe we try doing it actually on Halloween.
Yeah, or maybe something like if the library, does the library need help, or they've got enough?
Because they did, but I think they did a walk. And because it's what's it called? There's a
Haunted walk.
yes, so there was that, but they had things at the library that kids were doing. But I think that if we start partnering.
Well, maybe that's what we have to do, but sometimes it's hard to get volunteers, but maybe together we can get enough people.
Exactly. And B always has really interesting ideas on what to do to draw the kids.
Yeah, I mean, they really like painting the pumpkins, which was good. We have the fellow that comes out like for Easter and the Grinch and all that other stuff, and he was there, and the kids kind of liked him too and stuff like that. Everybody had a good time. There wasn't a lot of people there. It was nice to have it in the hall, for sure. Okay. Any other comments?
Just one on recreation. The Christmas tree lighting in Golden Lake is upcoming as well.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. And if you're on Community Connect, you got that. I got that. It was good.
Tree lighting is a week from Thursday, 27th.
Yeah. And it's a good time.
Hot chocolate treats, Santa and the Grinch arrive.
Yeah. And I do have to say, maybe that's more what the recreation should sponsor and give their money to, right? As opposed to trying to reinvent the wheel. And we're always talking about it, committee.
One of the things that's being talked about is trying to coordinate the instead of having the Christmas parade in the middle of December, try and have it a little earlier so we're not
Competing.
well, not competing. Like right this year we're one of the last ones, but like the weekend of the 27th is like there's so many going on. So if we had it a little earlier and sort of coordinated with the tree lights, it would probably, weather is not going to be as much of an issue, et cetera, et cetera. So that's, I think, after this year's parade, we're going to try to do a poll to see if there's an interest to doing that. So we're the first advocate as opposed to the last.
That's a good idea.
Makes sense.
Effie Rose did come to she was one of the swim instructors, and she came and gave a little presentation, right? And they really did like having it at the babies' site because it was easier for the taller swimmers to get over their head quicker, and for the little kids to actually be not being able to touch.
Right.
Yeah, and then just the facilities for changing and stuff like that. There was a couple things there was a couple things she talked about. So like it's the public beach, right? So they were kind of on one half doing lessons, but then sometimes the public was there. And so then she talked about stringing this thing across. So I think there maybe be an equipment thing we could do, like a buoy line with an anchor. And just to know that the person on the beach is not looking after the public people, they're watching the swimmers. But anyway, she was it was good. And like everybody's very enthusiastic because we got the swim program going. So that was good. Any other comments or questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, so our next meeting is on December the 16th.
If I may.
Yes, go ahead.
So last year for budget, we had a special meeting to put a very complete draft of the budget before council. And then if I recall right, and then we had the regular December meeting where you had the ability then to approve it as part of the regular agenda. I'm kind of hoping we can do this.
Did you have a date in mind at all?
I don't right now, we made good progress on the budget today. I think we'll just have to throw out some dates, yeah, before that's the goal. And
Before the 14th,
or before the 16th,
before the, yeah,
All right,
that one.
that's the one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay, agenda item number 15, council into closed session pursuant to section 239, 2B of Municipal Act 2, personal matter about an identifiable individual. That, moved by Council, by Margaret. Bye. Have a good night. Okay, moved by Councilor Robinson, seconded by Councilor Buckwell, the council goes into closed session at what time are we at? 7:46 PM to section 239, 2B of the Municipal Act for two personal matters about identifiable individuals. So I'm going to go pause.
Do you normally lock the door?
Yes.
Carried.
So, straight.
Agenda item number 17, confirmatory bylaw. Moved by Councilor Robinson, seconded by Councilor Buckwell. That bylaw 2025-43 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council for November 18th, 2025, be read a first and a second time this 18th day of November 2025, read a third time and finally passed this 18th day of November 2025. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item number 18, adjournment. Moved by, it's a tie, it can't be a tie. Okay, it's going to the girl. That November 16th, 2025, regular meeting of council adjourns at 8:21 PM. Questions, comments, concerns? All in favor? Carried.
All in agreement.
Thank you, everyone, once again, and including all staff for your help. Thank you for making that very long resolution.